Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or coming back, I'm coming to you from a new location today. I am in Vienna now, in Austria, in the heart of it, and I'm absolutely loving it. And while I'm spending quality time with family and friends and being a little bit of in tourist mode in Vienna, I do want to keep doing the daily reads, so let's jump straight into our twin flame daily reading right away. We'll take a look at what's going on with the divine feminine and divine masculine collective. What do we need to know specifically about the journey at this time, a certain aspect of it. And today we're going to get some messages between the twins. I don't have a lot of decks with me, as I already mentioned, so I'll try at least to change things up a little bit in terms of the spread or the questions that I'm going to be asking, so that it's a little more, there's a little sense of surprise of what the next reading is going to be about, and of course from where Viktoriia is going to be recording the video. I will start with an oracle card for each of the twins, as always. So the first card will be for divine feminines watching. Let's see what we get here. Oops, we got two cards. Sorry guys, I want to pick them up. Hopefully not mess up my outfit completely. We got community and between worlds. So some of you could be changing communities. Some of you could be changing the definition of a community for yourself. How do I know if I want to be a part of a certain community? Or I don't know, maybe community is a strong word or a bit of a foreign word, and you're thinking the group of friends. And like maybe you're already a part of a group of friends and you've been feeling lately that it's just not the same, or it's not really giving you much, but you're investing your time and energy to be with those people, to maybe even help people out. Right, so this is like this reconsideration, a little bit of an inventory of what's wrong with that, you know, like what am I not enjoying, what's changed, if you definitely know that you used to enjoy spending time with those people, and understanding how do you want to reinvent that idea of a community. And maybe there is a completely new community that you want to be part of that's already calling for you, and it's just a matter of time until you guys find each other. But what community card actually is talking about, now that I'm remembering it from the book, is that community is necessary in your life at this point, and that's why it's important to reassess where you are with communities as it is. So don't try to solve everything by yourself. Don't try to go around the world in 80 days. I mean, I know it's been done, allegedly, but that's not really the point. The point is not that you do everything alone, you go through all the challenges alone, and you figure everything out by yourself. I mean, trust me, I'm the last person to speak because I've been kind of pushed that way growing up. But doing it by yourself doesn't mean that it's gonna be necessarily better, or that that's what the universe expects you to do. And I mean, of course, again, taking my example into account, if it's been a challenge for me to involve other people, to trust, to work as a team, whatever, I'm just making an example, then maybe that's exactly what is being challenged right now. Are you able to work on the stuff you are going through or you want to achieve with a community, rather than just do everything by yourself and then you feel more in control? You don't have to negotiate with other people what are the next moves or ETAs, or check up on their work and maybe get disappointed, you know, like it kind of may feel like a hero syndrome, but or like, you know, like you're appearing a hero, but it's actually not that great if you dig deeper. So be careful with that. Let's see what we have for the masculines. Deep knowing. Wow, this is like a variation with some other planets, a variation on the High Priestess card. So divine masculines, whatever is the answer you're seeking at this time, you already have it, you already know it. You just need to dig deeper again. Oh my god, you need to dig deeper into that knowledge. Yeah, it may not come to you as part of your logical exercise of trying to solve something. It may come to you in a dream, or weirdly in the lyrics of the song you're listening to, or maybe one of your friends will just mention it in a certain topic in a conversation or concept, and you'll get interested right away. So follow that lead and you'll see where it takes you, and you'll see how it surprisingly ties things to what you've been trying to solve. Like, that's part of it. You can't really predict that very much, because that way you would have figured it out already if that was logical and predictable. Right now, Spirit is inviting you to trust the deep knowing. Okay, and on that I got the Ace of Swords. Which for me is an indicator, is like a double confirmation that that's exactly what it is. Okay. I have an improvised table here, so I don't know exactly how it's gonna work out. Let me try something here. Yeah, maybe like that. Alright. Bottom of the deck, Death. I've been talking about major changes on the twin flame journey for a while now, and to me, I mean, of course, it doesn't happen all at once, right? It happens in stages. And I feel like we've already been through one of those stages in April. And now it's stage number 2. Just also I'm sensing that's nearing a completion. And the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be important for that. Full moon that's coming up in May. So make sure you check out that reading that I'm going to be doing for it. The High Priestess. Yep, another confirmation of this tapping into more depth in terms of spiritual knowledge, spiritual guidance, understanding what the path is in general, and what are the next steps specifically. So it's, you know, like some extra paradigms are falling away. Things that have seemed like they've given you comfort of predictability, of knowledge, or relying on your previous experience may not necessarily be available to you right now. And it's not like they're going away forever, but right now it's important to learn that lesson and to go more in depth with the trust in the process, right? Because that Death card is a major arcana, so this transformation is divinely orchestrated, right? So it's not really up to you to judge it or to try to change it, right? It's more like follow the lead of the universe. So speaking of which, feminines have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups. So feminines do not want any unrequited love in their life. And yes, it's not to say that it's not possible, right? It's not something we can control really, but it's recognizing it and cutting it off when it's not mutual, when it's not equal give and take, when there is no progress and there is no conversation about progress. You know, obviously nobody's perfect, and usually if there are issues in communication and mutual support, then they stem from both sides, usually, right? But whatever it is, your situation, The important part is for both parties wanting to improve, to find the secret sauce, to find a compromise, to get to a win-win space. And if you are in a relationship, and not just romantic, but just generally in a trusting relationship with someone who is not willing to work on things or is sabotaging the process, you can clearly see that, that is time to let the person go. And again, not from a place of, oh, you so and so, I'm sick of you doing this stuff, right? It's from a place of like, right now we don't really match, we can't really find that middle ground, right? Oh, I mean, we could, but we're not necessarily willing to try, right? So that's like the big flashing sign of like, yeah, right now is not the time. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna be with the person again, but right now it's time for each of you to focus on something or someone else. What do we have for the masculine energy? The High Priestess, clarified by Knight of Pentacles. I've been seeing Knight of Pentacles recently in the twin readings too. So yeah, big part. I was just talking about the High Priestess obviously because of the deep knowing card that the masculines have gotten. But what this is asking me to underline as a continuation of that story is that High Priestess or deep knowing isn't always about just sitting still. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to do anything at all. It just means that the focus is on doing, on being, on noticing rather than on being, on knowing, on noticing, on observing rather than doing. So it's not really not doing anything, it's just not as active as masculines may have a habit to do or to have. So yeah, some food for thought there for you masculines. Okay, additional question. The moon clarified by Two of Pentacles. So what type of emotional roller coasters are the twins going to be balancing out this upcoming full moon in Sag? Let's get a preview. For feminines, we have Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is what I was just talking about, actively doing, making money, creating resources versus observing and finding value in that, right? Like this, both activities have value, but this is a lot more obvious and it may be something that you're pushed into rather than this one where it's more about a personal choice, right? And we're still in this day and age, we're still not in a place where, or we are in a place where achieving means doing, success means like grinding at the whatever it is your domain is, right? Like put in extra hours and all that stuff. So it's fine to, it could be hard to find a balance between the two really, and we do need two. That's the quintessential yin-yang relationship. Wow. What will be the masculine balancing? Two of Cups and Ace of Cups. Wow. Self-love versus being in a partnership with their life partner, soulmate, whoever. I do hear that for few select masculines, it's not about, right now at least, it's not about the twin flame. It's about a different relationship. But still, it's this finding the, this is like the Aries Libra situation, you know, that axis where it's me versus we. Like, what kind of decisions do I make for myself in my life? And what kind of decisions do we make together with my partner, right? Where putting my foot down means taking care of myself, and where does it mean that I'm being stubborn and not really being a team player in this relationship, you know, those kind of things. What is the message from Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine watching? Knight of Swords, clarified by King of Wands. So feminines are saying they know that there have been some conversations, some good conversations and some that went terribly bad between the two of you. What feminines would like to come back to when there is a new chance for a conversation is to have masculine to be more in the energy of the wise leader, right? Someone who has responsibility for how they impact lives of other people, rather than just coming from a place of I want, I need, and this is how I understand. What is the message from the masculines to the feminines? The devil clarified by 2 of Cups. Yeah, there's a certain layer of obsession to this connection for the masculines, which they still can't explain, and they kind of understand it's not the healthiest of the relationship, but right now there's not much they can do. That's part of their karmic assignment, really. And for some of them, that's really how they will eventually realize that this is their person, right? It's not happening for a bad reason, but this is very intense. For some, it could be new, and for others, or usually for all of the involved people, it means that life partnership actually is something different from the picture that they had before. And that's why this feels so different, right? Because this is like the divine saying, this is your partner. This is who was designed specifically for you to be your companion in this lifetime, right? And you're like, really? I don't know about that. So that's that. It's not as bad as it sounds. I mean, nobody likes to see the devil card in their reading. But I would say that rather than coming up with assumptions and making your own deductions, which are good and, have their own value, please don't jump to any fast conclusions about the other person's core values, or why this person was sent into your reality, or just specifically why are they doing A, B, and C in this case, right? Ask more questions, get into clarity, get into transparency. Nobody said that you can't do it just because you're not ready to talk about your feelings and express yourself and build something together. Okay, I hope this was good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.